Ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Before I proceed with my session, of course, my session is on stress and time management. I really don't want to give you stress right in the beginning of my session. So before I go ahead with my session, I would like to take 2 minutes. I really don't want myself to get bombarded with you and bombard you with lot of stress concept and time concept. I'm sure these are the things which are very, very normal in our life. So I'll take just 1 minute of time to get ourselves acclimatized to each other or just to break the ice. Let me see who is connected from where. So we can have just 2 minutes round of introduction, maybe your name or maybe the place that you belong to or maybe the area that you belong to. So I hope in just a few seconds we go ahead and introduce ourselves to each other. My introduction has already been given by ma'am. So let me start with maybe Dr. K. Shashikala, madam. Madam is there. All right. Maybe Narmata Shri, madam.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Narmata. I'm working at
Yes.
Dwaraga Das Govardhan Das Vaishnav College, which is at Chennai, Arumbakam. I have
Okay.
finished MCom, MPhil, MBA, and SET. I'm doing PhD in the title Invest as
Okay.
Behavior. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So doing a PhD itself is a very stressful condition, right?
Yes,
Doing
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
PhDs itself is a very stressful condition. Correct.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome to the session. Welcome to the
Thank,
session.
thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
Next, please. Radhika, madam. Okay. Then Dr. Lata, Professor Dinesh, sir. Shri Priya,
Madam,
anybody? Yes, sir.
hello, madam, myself Dinesh.
Hmm?
I am from Himachal Pradesh, madam. I am in Government College, Jogindranagar district, Mandi, Himachal Pradesh.
All
I am
right.
I am teaching journalism and mass communication from last 15 years, madam.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. That
Okay,
is so
okay,
nice to hear that. Well, you're welcome, sir. Welcome to the session today. Anyone
okay.
else? Yeah. Anyone else? Mohi madam, Shehnaz madam, Tasneem. I can see the names. All right. All right, no issues. So people have joined from different parts of the country. I am joining from UP. Sir is joining from Himachal. Ma'am is joining from Tamil Nadu. So it's like it's so nice to have people from Pan India getting connected, and I'm sure the world is very small enough. So really, the session that I have today is basically on stress and time management. Let me share my screen. Is my presentation visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So, what I'm going to talk about today is all related with stress and time for teachers in higher education institution. I'm sure everyone is a faculty member, or maybe they are under the process of getting a PhD or doctorate to themselves. So, anything that we do is also very, very stressful condition. So, I really don't want my session to become a very, very stressful for everyone who's joining from different parts of the country. So, I feel that anyone who's on this platform, please be relaxed, sit relaxed, or maybe you just can take a comfortable seat and listen to the things that I'm going to tell you today. Please don't feel that, oh, it's another session and then again it's on stress. I'm feeling stressful. When the resource person is going to get over, I really don't want to have that kind of session with you. All right. So a smile is a handshake with your face, ladies and gentlemen. So a big smile from my side to everyone who's connected, right from the very, very chilly areas to the bottom line where the temperature is not that very cold. So a big welcome once again to everyone to the session. Now, it says that I'm going to talk about time and stress management. It has been rightly said that we must use time as a tool, not as a crutch. John F. Kennedy has rightly said that we must use time as a tool, not as a crutch. So it's like the time that we have at our disposal, it has to be utilized in the best possible manner. And while we are utilizing the time, while we are doing anything, we don't have to come under this stressful condition. Now, when we actually talk about the stress, it's actually says that it's nothing, but it's a kind of a state of worry or a mental tension. When people are overburdened with work, or maybe one has faced a very difficult situation in life, then a person can feel stressful. And I feel that stress is a natural phenomenon to everybody. Maybe it a child, maybe an adult, maybe an adolescent, or maybe an older elderly person. Everybody faces a lot of faces a lot of stress in their life. And at times it says that, everyone experiences the different degree. Everybody doesn't get the same degree of stress. Somebody may get a higher degree, whereas the other person may get a lower degree of stress. Now, it says the objectives of my presentation today are again is related with this stress, how stress impacts the workplace performance. The takeaways would be that what would be the causes and what are the methods of dealing with stress. Now, different people will be telling you about different ways by which we can overcome stress, maybe in the higher education, since we are all belonging to the academia. So definitely we also face a lot of stress. So I'll be talking about few methods of how we can deal with it. And then, of course, dealing with procrastination. It's a very, very common word. And, most of us are into the habit of doing a lot of procrastination. That is okay. We will do it later on. So that kind of attitude at times bring us into this stressful condition when the work is not fulfilled. Then later on, we are going to talk about the time management techniques in the workplace. Now, what do we understand by stress is basically the way our body and mind react to life changes. And when we're talking about the changes, we are again talking about the mental tension that one can get, or the situation that one can feel, or one can experience. Now, everybody would be experiencing different situations in life, maybe at workplace, maybe at personal end. But however, they have to be coped up, because in case if we are not able to cope up the situation, things are going to get on us. So definitely we don't want that condition to come, that okay, we are feeling very, very stressful, and then we are surrendering our well-being, and we are surrendering our health also. So ultimately the onus lies on our health. So we cannot compromise with our health. That is what it says. And there can be, we will be finding out that there can be different kind of stress level. Maybe at times there are acute stress, maybe there can be chronic stress. So it all feels, what kind of condition you are in, or what kind of situation one is feeling, and then we decide the stress about it. Now, what do we say? Basically, stress is something, it is a state of worry. We have to understand that it's a state of worry, or it is a kind of a mental tension that one has. So, any kind of mental tension one has will not help us to focus, will not help us to concentrate on the things, and the things would go from bad to worse. So, hence, we have to understand what are the impact of stress on performance of anybody. So it says that the body reaction to a tense situation will definitely affect our work performance. And of course, it will carry to our personal life, because it is something which is related with mental. And once we are human beings, it is quite apparent that we are supposed to use our mental, what do you call this, a mental mind to focus on things, maybe at personal level or maybe at work level. And then stress related losses cost organization billions of dollars annually, because of the fact what happens is, if you are in a stressful condition, your health is not good, your mental well-being is not good, you are not able to concentrate. When you're not able to concentrate, you do not work well. When you do not work well, your productivity goes down. The sooner your productivity goes down, the organization realizes that you are not worth staying in the organization. So every organization, maybe it an academia or maybe any corporate houses, they want people who are focused, who are active, who are efficient, who are productive. So for that purpose, it is very essential that we have to be stress free. Now, where does stress come from? There's a red signal. How do we realize that we are under stressful condition? Because again, it's a mental state, and at times we are not able to understand what are how stress is getting over us. So we at times, people feel that they are not getting enough sleep, or maybe the people are not able to eat healthy food, or maybe they are they are not very active in their workplace, so on and so forth. But however, there can be two causes of stress. One is the body image, not happy with the way you look. At times people, they feel inferiority complex, or they may have some inferiority complex related to their body structure, or body shaming at times people call it. So, and you feel that, okay, every now and then people are staring at me, and there's something wrong with me. That kind of inner feelings, they start creeping us. So that is also kind of a stress that comes from within. Then we have got stress from outside, that is the surroundings and environment. We are 24 into 7 surrounded by somebody or the other. Maybe for another 8 hours we are working around institutions, maybe in our academic institutions, maybe private organization, public organization, or university. So we are surrounded with friends, we are surrounded with peers, we are surrounded by society, we are surrounded by family. So anybody can give us stress. So we have to understand that stress doesn't only comes from within, but it could be from the other places also, from where I can get a stress. So of course it is very, very natural and normal to be stressed sometimes. But long-term stress can cause a lot of physical and other health being issues. Then stresses, it says that physical, how do we get like one of the ways by which we can get physical stresses, it is all related with the prolonged work hours. For example, if you are working tirelessly, maybe on a project, or maybe on a research paper, or maybe you have a tension of submitting your thesis, or maybe you're writing a paper for the conference, or maybe you are involved in any kind of project. For example, recently we had a big Uttarakhand debacle, where people were working 24 into 7. The miners were under stressful condition, the administration was under stressful condition, and the people who were rescuers, they were under prolonged work hours, and of course they must have been under a lot of stress also. So at times overpacked classroom, in case if we talk about in terms of teachers, because we are talking about higher education institutions. I myself is a faculty. I'm a faculty in a university, Banaras Hindu University. In one class, we have got more than 80 students, and I take up around 7 to 8 subjects in different classes, maybe from BCom, MCom, MBA. So, when you have overpacked classrooms, and, back to back, you have got classes, you are under stressful condition. Maybe the transport, maybe pollution, air, overcrowding, poor ventilation, bad furniture, all these things that are mentioned on this slide of mine, you find that it is bringing our mood down. We are not very happy with these condition. Maybe the transport traffic is not good. Maybe the air pollution is very high. Maybe people who are residing in Delhi, the AQI is very, very high. Maybe the overcrowding road. Maybe people who have joined from Bangalore, the traffic is very bad. Maybe in Banaras or in Varanasi, the traffic is very bad. So all these things, they bring us under the stressful condition. Then it says that anything, maybe poor ventilation, bad furniture, anything which is very pleasing to your eyes will definitely let you have lesser stress conditions. Then it said that stresses, what are the psychological ways that we can have stress? That was all related with physical. Now, psychologically, at times people start bullying, like people from management, or maybe people from marketing, we know that there are 4 P's of marketing. It says that product, price, place, promotion. But however, there's another P which is known as politics. So in any organization, maybe the private one, maybe the government organization, maybe a corporate house, everyone is trying to pull you down. And how do they pull you down? They don't actually hold your hands and legs to pull you down. They might be mocking at you. They might be taking jerks at you. They must be bullying you. So at times, people who have got a high endurance power, they will be able to bear it. But otherwise, on the other hand, there would be people who would say, "Oh, she has said to me like this. My colleague said like this to me. I did not like it." So we need to have a avoidance attitude. Oh, let's avoid. So in case if people are bullying you in the organization, then you have to take up that seriously, what kind of bully they are doing it. Maybe the changing workplace. For example, psychologically, maybe somebody is getting a transfer, maybe a teacher is leaving one organization and then they are joining the other organization. That is also the one of the causes of the stress in the psychological area. Then conflict with others. Somebody might be having a cold war with somebody. Somebody may not be able to bear the success of somebody. So you might be having some cold war, or maybe straight away, hot discussion. Maybe then forced competitiveness. People are very, very competitive. I'm sure everyone would empathize with me that, we are in any organization, we are facing stiff competition. Somebody might be writing 5 papers, somebody might be doing something, maybe they are coming out with the textbook, some might be getting a project. So there's already psychological pressure in our teacher also, that okay, even we need to get that, even I need to get that things into my CV, that kind of feeling can creep in. Then maybe the falling grades, learning disorders, or maybe special recognition. Maybe somebody is being recognized for their outstanding work, then one starts feeling, why am I not being appreciated in an organization? In all the organizations, my dear friends, we have, people do a lot of partiality. So maybe people may appreciate the work of one but person, maybe they are not able to appreciate the work of others. So that is also one of the causes of our psychological stress. Then psychosocial, it talks about the relationship that we have with our peers, or maybe the conflict, maybe with our colleagues, maybe the internet or secret lives. These are the things also which brings out the that stress level, or increases the stress level in ourselves. At times, people, you would be getting very good peers who are going to uplift your spirits. On the other hand, you may get peers who may always put you down. Maybe you are always having conflict in arguments, in your thinking, in your speaking. So a lot of things depend upon our personality also, how our personality is and how are we dealing with that situation. So that is one of the reasons for the social, psychological, or physiosocial causes. So how do we actually react to stress? Now this is very, very essential. I told you that everybody experiences some degree of stress. So definitely everybody will not get the same degree of stress, and how do we deal it? It all depends upon us. How are we reacting to it? How are we? How it is being affecting us? It is, everything is with us, because it's all related with psychological. Because at times when we start feeling under pressure, or when we start feeling threatened, so definitely it all happens because they can be different situation because of the in or outside your environment. So definitely, how do we react to the stressful condition? Now that's what is important. Now reaction is like triple F. It says that fight, flight, and freeze. Either you can fight back with the people, or you can flight, means just go away, avoid the situation, or freeze, you become indifferent to the bullies, indifferent to the comments, indifferent to the people, what they say. Maybe you are just concentrating on yourself, and then you're trying to improve yourself. And the best way, my dear friends, the best way to react to somebody's jealousy, or somebody who's casting a green eye, or maybe the person is not happy, the best way is to you know uh, bring a bigger line. Like for example, if you have for example, if you have drawn a line, draw a bigger line, go one step ahead of them. Automatically your stress level will definitely come down. Because at times, because of stress, we may have some annoying headaches, or maybe we may experience some kind of sleeping troubles, or maybe we start feeling unwell. So why to take all those burden on us? Why to get the onus on us? So we should know how to react with stress. Ultimately, how each person reacts will decide how stress will affect you. You don't have to get affected by stress. Stress is going to affect you. So everything is under your control. The remote control is in your hands. You have to see what are the situation, under which situation you are going to come, or which are the situations we are going to take over, and how are you going to control the situation. So everything lies in our hands only. So dealing with the stress is a very, very skillful act. At times people they take it onto their body. Maybe at times people take it on their mood. At times people they take it on their behavior. The so best way is to avoid, or see the situation how you can handle it. At times, stress can affect us. Maybe people may start having some alcohol, maybe they get into the drug habit, or maybe people may have high level of anxiety level, they start feeling demotivated. At times the people they start having that grumpiness or the anger feeling. At times people may get their stomach upset, or maybe they are fatigued, there may be some pain, there can be some angry outburst at the organizational level, or maybe at the personal front. Then at times there can be a lot of depression, and a lot of tiredness and sick. You start getting those kind of feeling when you are under stressful condition. So it says that this means that you don't have to get affected by the stress, or neither the stress should affect you. You should be able to control the stress. It's all in your hand, how you are handling the situation. That is what it says. And then it says that this means that whether we get stressed out or not depends mainly on us. So we are the better controllers of our own life. The remote control is on our life, how we are reacting it. If people are bullying us, give us, maybe we just avoid them, leave it. We'll see, okay, how we can deal with it. Okay, people are bullying you related with your assignments or work. The best way is complete the work and work on time, or maybe excel more than what they have actually done in life. That is the best way out. Or it says that one of the best way is to talk it out at times. How can stress from workplace impact other areas of our life? Definitely we have to maintain the work life balance in our life, so we need to understand how we are going to manage stress. We have to understand what are the stress symptoms in our lives. So it can have an effect on our health, and it can have an effect on our well-being, it can have an effect on our behavior, on our mood, on our body. So actually stress affects basically your body, your mood, and your behavior. So your body is under yourself, your body is under your control, your mood is under your control, and your behavior is also under your control. So how we're going to talk about it, we have to understand that. So it says that what are the symptoms of stress? Maybe poor appetite, or maybe fatigue, maybe aches. As I told you, maybe having some stomach ache, chest pain, or maybe your stomach can get upset. There can be some sleep problems. You're not able to get sound sleep. You're not able to get maybe 6 to 7 hours of sound sleep. Maybe you are very frequently, you are more vulnerable to cold and cough. And you're talking, you are in getting more diseases to your body. Maybe tobacco use is high, maybe you are avoiding friends, maybe you are not exercising much. All these are the symptoms of stress. When your mood is bad, when your body is not helping you, when your behavior. So understand that body, mood, and behavior, B2M, that is body, behavior, and mood. These are the things that we can find out the symptoms. Now when we're talking about mental, we are feeling very low, the nervousness is very high, the anxiety level is very, very high, we become restless, and we become very nervous. Though we know everything, but still we are not very confident. There can be excessive outburst of the anger. You are easily getting upset, or maybe the self confidence is quite low, self esteem is low, we are not able to concentrate. My dear friends, you have to understand that when there's a lack of concentration, it will eventually affect your performance. So this concentration level has to be very, very high, because we have to give 100% to whatever we are doing. And of course, it can result in poor performance in our studies. Maybe when we go to a class, even we study, and whenever we teach in class, then also we study, we keep learning things. So in case we are under stressful condition, then we will not be able to concentrate. So it says that another very important question is that, is stress good or bad for us? Now that's a question, $1 million question. When we're talking about stress, what is the meaning of stress, or what are the ways we are getting affected, maybe on our body, maybe on our mood, maybe on behavior. So is stress good or bad for us? Now here it says that some amount of stress is good, that is known as eustress, and some of stress is said distress. Something which brings down our performance is known as distress, and something which is going to help us to excel in life, that kind of stress is known as eustress. Now for example, if students are there, and if a child is taking too much of stress, no, then that could be quite stressful. But when there is a competitiveness, oh, he or she has done this, yeah, I should also do this, then that would be a kind of a eustress. Okay, fine, I should also have 4 papers to my credit, I should also have 1 textbook, I should also have 1 edited book, or maybe I should also go and present the paper. So these are the positive motivators of our life, and these positive motivators, they come because of the competitiveness. So when we are talking about competitiveness, so this can be a good sign of good stress, and that is regarded as eustress. And whereas on the other side, it would be the one which brings down our performances, that would be distress. Or in other words, what we can say, if we fall into the nefarious activities, maybe there is overeating, undereating, or maybe we are into alcohol, and then lot of smoking and tobacco and things like that. So that means we are falling prey to the wicked activities, which we have to avoid because of this stressful condition. So it says that stress can be good and stress can be bad. Now, they can be positive stress, and they can be negative stress. As I told you, positive stress is something which help us to accomplish or achieve more things in life or a task. Whereas a negative stress would definitely bring down our things. It would bring down the performance level. It would bring down the productivity. And definitely, as I told you, maybe if we start avoiding our friends, maybe we start exercising less. We are not going out. We are not going for outing. Maybe we are feeling high level of anxiety level, and maybe the physical weakness, maybe fatigue, you're not trusting somebody, you're getting irritated over trivial things. So these are the signs of a negative stress. Now in there is a combination of stress and performances. Now there's an inverted U hypothesis. It says that, you know, the performance level will definitely get affected because of the stress level. If the stress level is at the optimum level, then the performance will be very, very bad. So we have to understand that the stress is not taking over us, and our performance is not getting bad because of the stress. Because the sooner the performance would get affected, you would land in hot waters, you would land in trouble, because as soon as your productivity would come down, things will start toppling down. So we have to be very, very careful that stress has a relationship with the performance. We have to ensure that our performance is not getting affected because of the stressful conditions we have, because of the various reasons. So either it could be related with work, either it could be related because of the inside problems or the outside problem. So it says this stress and performance, it is like a salt and pepper to life. So definitely, once we are under stressful condition, when we are under positive stress, then definitely something good can be taken out of ourselves. And when we are under distress, or when we are very demotivated, we are feeling very low as self-esteem, then that would definitely cause us heavily. So dealing more effectively with stress improves our performance and the quality of life. And definitely quality of life is very, very essential. We as an academician in higher education, we have to maintain the work-life balance, maybe at the university level, maybe at the institution level, and of course at the home level also. So we have to maintain, we have to strike a balance. So in case if we are under stressful condition, we would not be able to strike any balance. Then it says that dealing more effectively with stress improves performances and quality of life. How are we dealing with the stress? It all depends upon us, that is us. We are under the control. As I told you, I will reiterate, we are under the control of our own body, or the body is under control. Our mood is under control. Our behavior is under control. So you need to have that kind of grit and courage to control stress. That okay, even if the situations are not going in my favor, I don't have to succumb to stressful conditions. Now, can everybody hear me?
Yes, ma'am. It's audible, ma'am.
It's audible. All right, my dear friends, my colleagues are you there?
Yes, madam.
All right, sir. Okay, sir. What is your name, sir? I cannot see your name.
My name is Dr. Olangbar Sargeri, madam. I am from Assam.
You're from Assam, Northeast. Okay,
Yes,
sir.
madam.
All right. So,
Yes, yes.
for 1 minute, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a small activity with you all, and in
All
that
right.
small activity, I would like to, ask few things. So. I really don't want, as I told you, I really don't want my session to become very stressful. Oh, again, 1 hour session by somebody. So I don't want to have that kind of feeling creeping in your body again. So there's a small activity. Now, what you're supposed to do is you have to tell me what are the common negative stressors teachers face and what are the positive responses that we can have. We are all teachers, maybe we are all research scholars, we are all educated, we are all from higher educations, maybe private or maybe public or maybe deemed university or whatever. So just tell me a few of the stressors that you feel that teachers they face in our daily lives. Anyone? Sir from Assam, Dinesh sir, can you hear me?
Yes, madam. I am getting your voice. Your conceive is very clear from your side. So,
Okay,
from my side, madam, actually, basically, I am from background of yoga and visual arts, madam. So that's why
okay.
I think I don't take much stress and tension and all, madam. Because I do regularly yoga and I uh, play sometimes music and all. And daily,
Very good.
my it's go on to it. I mean, performing
Very
art
good.
and visual art and yoga demonstration, madam. So that's why I think stress is from my side is not what to say. Uh, Not erased from my side. So I think most of the teachers are the facing some stress and tension, madam, because I
Uh-huh.
think, yeah, madam. I think if stress is manageable and then it can manage the self, madam.
Hmm.
Thank you,
So,
madam.
That is wonderful, sir. That is really, really wonderful to hear from you that you don't take stress and then you are doing a lot of activities to get that stress out of your body. But on the flip side, in case you would have not been doing all these things and you are into academics, so what do you think? What are the points that we teachers we start feeling under stressful condition?
Ma'am, we have a few replies in the chat box also.
Hello.
Negative stresses is
Ma'am,
workload.
I cannot see because my presentation is going on, so I cannot see
Ma'am,
the chat box. So,
shall I read it out, ma'am?
please, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Shri Priya Gopalakrishnan, ma'am has said that negative stresses is workload. And
Workload, correct?
Sukumar sir, he has said that student to file to pay their attention to the class. Radhika
Acha,
ma'am
okay.
said
Hmm.
that syllabus completion. And
Okay.
again, Shri Priya ma'am, positive response is time management, too much of documentation.
Okay, time management and documentation.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm writing also so that I don't forget. Okay, ma'am. Wonderful. So, Shri Priya, madam, workload is of course one of the big stresses that teachers faces. Even I face the same as I take up 7 to 8 subjects in BHU. So definitely at
Hello.
times, like some sir said that student, we are struggling to get the students' attention in class, or maybe the syllabus completion, or maybe the time and the documentation. That is very true that we teachers, we are at times we are made to do a lot of administrative work also, which we are not supposed to do it. Now, okay, fine. I'm so very happy. I'm so glad that people are participating today. Now you tell me,
Hello.
like, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I can hear you. All right. So, all those people who have just responded in the chat box, because I couldn't see the chat box. So, what positive responses are we getting out of it? Anyone? Shri Priya, madam?
Ma'am, another two responses is that Dr. Nyanavel Ratnam, junior and senior related politics, and another
correct.
person, whether we complete the syllabus within the allotted time or meet the curiosity of students out of the syllabus.
Out of the syllabus. For that, madam, we have to be well versed, Even when I was studying in IM, so we used to make the best use of IM Ahmedabad, and then, we used to see a lot of lectures of the international professors when we used to have a case study. So even as a teacher, even if you are very accomplished and a very prolific teacher, then also we are supposed to prepare things to answer the curiosity of the student. Wonderful. But one thing what I want to ask is, what ultimate outcome do we get out of these stressful conditions? This is a part of a job. We cannot avoid it. We have the workload. We have to finish things. We have to finish the syllabus, and then we have to answer the curiosity, as rightly said by Ratnam sir or whatever. Junior seniority politics is very, very high. At times, the casteism is very, very high. All those things are very, very, very true. But what positive impact are we getting out of all this stress? Anybody? Anyone? Any positive response? What do you think? Let's quickly finish it. Otherwise, we'll not be able to finish the presentation, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Madam,
Madam, can you hear me? Yes, sir.
Dr. Singh
Yes, sir.
here. We have to think the positive. Okay, whatever we are facing the stress, we have to think the positive, madam. That is
Okay.
one of the kind. And whatever one of the Assam fellow they have tell about the regarding we have to do the yoga and the meditation, that is another we can.
All right. So according to me, my dear colleagues, according to me, the one of the positive responses that we get is that, okay, we are becoming better day by day. Our endurance power is getting better by day. We have to handle so many subjects. I'm getting better at each subject every time I teach. Maybe if I have to complete the syllabus, I am struggling one time, but again, second time when I'm supposed to complete the syllabus, I know the trick. I know how much I am supposed to complete. Maybe if I am supposed to do any kind of documentation, or maybe I am supposed to answer the curiosity, that means I'm becoming better day by day. So what I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends, that we have to find out the good in everything. because we cannot crib every time. There's a saying that goes that if you cannot change the situation, change yourself. So all these things which are a part and parcel of our job, we cannot get rid out of them. In case if we have to get rid out of them, we have to get out of the job. So the best way is that we have to find, okay, I'm getting better day by day. So that kind of positive attitude one should have, as rightly said by sir. We need to have that kind of positive response that, okay, I am teaching 4 subjects right now. Maybe in next semester I have been handed over another 4 subject, and the subject which I have not taught. So you have to think, okay, I'm gaining something new. My knowledge base is getting bigger. My think tank is getting bigger. So in case if we start having such kind of feelings, so definitely we will not be taking stress too much on ourselves. We have to have that habit of learning, okay, habit of learning or becoming better. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I said that what are the manifestation of the work stress? They can be the system symptoms that I have already talked about, maybe anxiety, depression, absenteeism, or maybe the turnover. And then, as I told you, there can be some environmental factors, organizational factors, or the individual factors, which will bring about an individual differences. Maybe, as rightly said, maybe junior or senior politics. So definitely, these are the factors which brings out lot of stress. But the best way to overcome is avoid something which is not under my control. Why should I crib? I'm going to change myself according to the situation, because the situation is not going to get changed. So if we understand that kind of thing in our lives, the situation, I have to adjust to the situation. People are not going to get adjusted according to me. I need to get adjusted. And then of course it all depends with whom you're taking a fight with. If it is your seniors, you have to get adjusted. If it is your juniors, then again both of them, they have to get adjusted. And if it is your colleagues, you have to understand who are the colleagues with whom you have to keep a company, and who are your colleagues with whom you don't have to keep the company. So it says that what is stressful to you? You can see this slide. Maybe, like people have just, I wanted to have you these kind of things, where you've just said, maybe, at times, the classes, the study, the relationships with friends, or maybe the trauma, maybe if you're frequently getting transferred, or maybe you're frequently leaving job, or maybe legal matters, you're involved in some legal matters, or maybe your thought, maybe buying a house. For people may think that, okay, I'm still staying in a rented house, when I'm going to have my own house. So, all little things, they will bring about some mental tension, because stress is all about mental tension. It's all about a state of worry. So these are the things which actually bring us a lot of stress in ourselves, or maybe changing in our habits, eating habits. Or maybe the finances, maybe your kids, the kids are very good at studies, kids may not be good at studies. If you look around, my dear friends, you find every situation is giving us some level of or a degree of stress to us. Then, so these are the things that bring out stress. Then it says how to deal with the stresses. Definitely, we have to identify the stressors, recognize how the stresses are going to react to us, or we have to visualize and set the goal. We have to work-life balance, as I was talking. That is why I have put that picture also. We have to maintain the things at home and at our workplace. And definitely the relieving stress has to be there. Now, stress relievers, that we have to find out that how we are going to reduce this stress. It could be related with diminishing the use of alcohol, maybe not getting too emotional. And the best friend, my dear friends, the best way is avoid. Please write in your diary or wherever, if you're holding a pen, avoid. AVOID. This is one of the best word that a dictionary can have. So it's always better to avoid things, like maybe if you want to avoid a fight, don't give an answer to the people, or maybe just don't think what people are thinking about you. You should always think that I am the best, I'm giving my best, and I am going to give my best. So if we have that kind of feeling, then definitely we come out with the best output. And then we need to have the best support system. We need to take out time for relaxing and learn to relax. There can be different ways of relaxing, I'll just tell you, or maybe anything which is related with eating habits, or maybe the sleep. Now there can be actually some tips that can help us to get rid of this stress. Maybe making some little changes. Learn to recognize that you're feeling stress. Simple ways you can relax. There can be some breathing exercises at home. They can be at times there can be some self massage exercises that one can do. They can be, as rightly said by sir, they practice yoga, or maybe you are keeping a good company, people who make you laugh. You're surrounded by people who are very positive, not pessimistic. So these are the things which help us to bring settle these stress conditions in ourselves. So it says that anyone who faces stress We need to get rid out of these stressful condition also. So it says that we have to be prepared, we have to prioritize. What am I supposed to do? Maybe I just showed you the slides, maybe you are too confused with your work life balance, you're thinking about finances, you're thinking about your home, you're thinking about your child, you're thinking about your work, you're thinking about bullying by friends, you're thinking about junior senior politics at college, maybe you're thinking about paying attention, syllabus completion, so on and so forth. So ultimately what is more important is you have to prioritize the time management also, how I'm going to finish my work on time, how I'm going to get control of myself, my body, my mood, and my behavior. All these three words are very important: body, mood, and behavior. So these are the things which are under your control, and these are the things which will help us to come out of the stressful condition. We need to enjoy simple pleasures of life. Maybe, people maybe dancing, music, maybe social outing, or maybe having some street side food, or maybe just going for a ride, maybe at late night, maybe you are going out and having some delicacies, local delicacies, so on and so forth. And definitely at times you need to share your talent also to others. Somebody may be good at playing guitar, somebody would be good be playing at violin. So you have to see what are the things that are going to bring a smile on my face. So that is what it says. At times we can exercise regularly. Maybe at times, people watch TV, they play video games, they avoid junk food, and then of course they say, no, people feel, okay, I'm going to have a one glass of wine, and then I'm going to be fine. And then in case if you take one glass of wine, you're getting accustomed taking too many wines. So you don't have to fall prey to that. Taking alcohol occasionally, or maybe official meetings, that is fine. But anything which becomes a habit in terms of alcohol and drug, then that can harm you very, very badly. So definitely we have to understand that anything, things related with alcohol or tobacco, they will have a long lasting effect on your body and your well-being as well. So it says that we need to understand that we need to practice time management, relaxing exercises. You don't have to every time go to the park to relax yourself. There can be some breathing exercises that can be easily done at your workplace, where you can take a deep breath, closing your eyes, or you are maybe breathing very heavily. They can be, they can be different number of breathing exercises that can help you to bring down your anxiety level. So it can be at times, you might have seen that people, Baba Ramdev also very rightly says, okay, doing lot of yoga. Maybe in case if you're going for a morning walk, you have your own set of people, you're laughing, you're giggling, you're sharing thoughts. So these are the things will definitely bring down the stress level. And of course we need to understand how to cope up with this stress level. This is very, very essential, because maybe with your breathing exercises, maybe dealing with people, you should know how to control these things. Again, I'm reiterating, three things are under us: our mood, our body, and our behavior. And all these three things, they get affected by stress. So I should know what are the skills I require to control them. Then it says that relaxing exercise, there can be some relaxing techniques, maybe the breathing, then there can be abdominal breathing, high breathing, slow breathing, progressive muscle relaxation. At times there's a visualization. I don't have the time at my disposal. Maybe next time when we catch up, I would definitely keep a small visualization exercise and would let you know how we can visualize, close our eyes, go into a different world, and then maybe you just forget about everything, about your finances, about your home, about your workload, about your politics. You forget everything, just closing your eyes and feeling the a lot of sensory organs. You're involving all the sensory organs, and then you're trying to get best out of, maybe you're seeing the sunset, maybe hearing the birds singing, or maybe you're smelling the trees, feeling the cool within you, tasting the fresh air. All these things, they would help you to get a better visualization, and they are one of the best relaxing techniques, my dear friends. Then again, we need to enjoy music, leisure time. We have to relax, deep breathing exercises, again, the visualization. Then you have to surround people who, this is what we've already talked about, that we have to talk about people who are going to bring out the best in us. Then there's a thought, it says that the only difference between a diamond and a lump of coal is that the diamond had a little more pressure put on it. So my dear friends, those who feel stressful, understand that you are a diamond in making. You are doing something very good. You're coming out of yourself full of KSAs, your knowledge, your skills, your abilities, your capabilities. So the more pressure is being put on you, that means you are getting better and better. The coal is getting converted into diamond, and each one of us who's on this platform is a diamond itself. Then it says that there can be different, we have to have some kind of organizational changes at the management level. We have to understand that we need to do some kind of stress management exercises to get a healthy workout life. Then it says that what are the other ways of relieving stress? As rightly said, yoga, maybe morning exercises, maybe running exercises. We can have all these things to control the stress. Then there's a strategy of stress control which is known as the ABC strategy. It says that awareness, we have to be aware that what are the causes of our anxiety level. Is it at workplace? Is it at our home place, or the things that we have just discussed? B talks about the balance. We have to strike a balance, means we have to strike a work-life balance at our home, at our workplace. And then C, it talks about that we need to have control. Again, I am reiterating, control of three things: control of body, control of mood, and control of our behavior. So these three things have to be controlled by us. And if we are able to control all these three things, we are controlling the stress. Then it says that in case we can have a change in our thinking behavior pattern, in our behavior, in our lifestyle. So if we change our thinking, we need to go from negative to positive. If we are talking about reframing, we have to understand that we cannot stay in the situation. You have to adjust to the changing situation. Then positive thinking, you have to get surrounded by people. You don't have to get depressed. You don't have to get demoralized. You don't have to get demotivated. We have to focus on our strength. We have to be full of grit. We have to full of confidence level, and we have to see small little opportunities where I can excel and move forward. So this is again a chart that shows basically it all shows that these are the things, tips. For example, meditation or affirmation or visualization. As I told you, this is our mind. We have to be quite positive. We might be talking to people, venting ourselves, and definitely we have to be out of the people who are very, very negative. And then we need to have control, again, to control of three things: mood, body, and behavior. So changing our behavior pattern is like, again, we are getting more organized, more assertive. We have to learn to say no. Okay, so we have to learn to say no. Every time you cannot say yes to the situation, so you need to learn to say no also. And then of course, once we are in an organization, we have to be very, very assertive with our verbal and non-verbal conversation, or maybe communication. We have to be very, very confident. We have to be very, very aware about our strength and how we are dealing with the situation. Then again, the right way is to change your mind. As I told you, mood, body, behavior, we have to control ourselves. We have to say at times, if we do not understand right things, so we should have a voice to say no and understand what is right and what is wrong. And when we are talking about being assertive, is again, you are talking about your thoughts. You have to find a friend for yourself. It can be your teacher, it can be your colleague, it can be your wife, it can be your mother, it can be your child, anybody with whom you have to talk a lot and you have to vent out yourself. And of course, you have to have that kind of respect and take responsibility for the actions and the choices. And of course, you have to be very, 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 very confident of yourself. You don't have to feel yourself that degraded. We need to maintain our eye contact, sit properly in our organization, be very careful about a body language. One should not feel, I should not give a chance to the other person to bully me. In case of the person bullies you, you have a right to put back the words to him. And then it says that under the stress and the performances, when our stress is too high, maybe our performance is deteriorating. And again, if it is deteriorating, it is having a bad effect on our body and our well-being. So ultimately, my dear friends, it's very, very essential that we need to have a right balance in our life, right balance of the conditions or the stressors that I have just discussed. And how you can control it: by three things: by having a control on your mood, by having a control on your body, and by having a control on your behavior. So that was all related with stress. Let me quickly take out time to talk about the time management, because time management is very, very essential because of the stressful conditions. So time, of course, it says that is one of the most important valuable asset that we have. And what does bad time management do to us? Of course, it is going to harm us in the very, very bad ways. So of course, we have to organize our life, our office work, our personal life, so as to get the best in everything. Then we have to balance our life in terms of family, finance, work, and health. These are the four things which have to be properly balanced as per time. Your family, you at the right time you need to get you're married also to get a family. At right time you need to start earning also. You need to work properly, and of course you need to take care of the of your health also. So we need to balance balance all four things in our life. And in case if you're not able to balance, that means you have not been able to do the time management. And each aspect which is mentioned here is of paramount importance in our life. So definitely 80% time is spent at our workplace only. So time management, I'm sure everyone knows that we need to do the right thing at the right time, so that the right effects can get us, and we are able to maintain the work life balance in our life. So time management is basically says that okay, we need to get the best with whatever we have in our organization at our disposal, and we have to understand that we have to prioritize. We don't have to talk about procrastination. So we have to be very very self confident. We don't have to come into the stressful condition. We have to be very very satisfied and give our best shot in anything whatever we do. So of course time management is not about talking about awareness, as I talked about in ABC strategy of stress. So that awareness is not applicable here, but about the action. And of course action, it all depends how we are taking care of the situation. And once we have to manage our time, so there's an acronym of time which has been mentioned. Things to do list. That means you have to you know what things have to be done. Identify the priority. Something which is of urgent has to be done first, second, third, fourth. Making it happen, it will only be possible when you do not do any kind of procrastination. If you start doing any kind of procrastination, then things will not happen. And E is definitely we have to evaluate the deviation. What were my priorities? Did I do the right thing at the right time, or did I not do what was expected out of me? So here also in time management, we have to assign some kind of priorities, A, B, C, understand what is important that has to be done right now, things which have to be taken care at the present, things can be something which can be done later on, and something that can wait. So procrastination is definitely, if we wait for the moment when absolutely everything is ready, this time will never come. Right time is now. We have to start getting into action. And again, we don't have to procrastinate things. We don't have to postpone things for anything. And it says that remember last time, what was the gain to do it in time? Anything which has been done on time will definitely give us the right action for our things. And of course we should not wait for the things to get on their own. We have to make effort to get the things on our own. So it's definitely we are doing everything efficiently. We have to make up a plan. We don't have to procrastinate, and definitely we don't have to wait for the time. When will the time come? The time is right now only. But again, you should know that what are the things to prioritize. And of course we should not be under any stressful condition. We should spring up to action, be very confident, and start working or get into the action. So at times there can be some problem caused by ineffective time management. It can be related to individuals. About the stress we have talked about in an organization, if you fail to do things on time, of course it brings a harassment or embarrassing situation, or maybe a higher cost, or maybe substandard work. Your productivity is low, your concentration level is low, your focus level is low. You're not doing what the management is what is expected out of you. Then definitely you are landing in hot waters. So definitely we need to do a lot of time management, definitely to bring a future to the present. What we want to do it, more thoughtful actions have to be put. Again, we have to prioritize. There are two P's. We have to prioritize, and we don't have to procrastinate. Just remember two words: prioritize, and we don't have to procrastinate. And definitely we have to become very very proactive and take a rapid action for the work. So definitely there can be certain causes of time management: too many meetings, too many interruptions, phone calls, unclear communication, high amount of rework, stressful conditions. We have talked so many things related with stress, workload, maybe attention is not there, syllabus completion, maybe the documentation, junior, senior. So these are all stressful things, and these have to be well managed by you only. So definitely we have to understand these are the causes, and we are under control of three things, my friends. Again, I'm reiterating: mood, body, behavior. If we are able to control our mood, we will spring up to action. If we are able to control our body, we will again not feel fatigue, we will not feel tired. And behavior is, we will not let the stress take over us. So we know how to control it, and definitely we'll be able in a better way to control the time management also. So there at times there can be some issues from the management side also, which can be stressful conditions, but something when again, when if you cannot change the situation, change yourself. Then it says that how to control the ineffective time management is that you have to understand, we have to talk about making a plan, things to do, prioritizing the things, and we have to talk about keeping a time frame, making a chart, and maybe making a timetable and seeing what has to be done when, how much time will be taken by one work, so on and so forth. It all depends on what kind of profession you are, at what level you are working. If you are a head or a dean, definitely the work pressure is high. If you're working as an assistant professor or a professor, associate professor, of course again the stress is very high. So it all depends on how you are taking care of it. You're wasting you're cutting down your wasting or time on your wasting activities, and of course you're controlling three things again: mood, body, and behavior. So time management is, again, we have to make a list, what has to be done, when has to be done. We don't have to waste time. We have to be very, very careful. We have to concentrate. We do not have to procrastinate. And of course, we do not have to waste time on unimportant activities. So it talks about that we have to talk about the achievable goals, and we cannot make excuses. We cannot do any kind of procrastination. And all these things will be only possible when we are out of the stressful condition. And of course, it says ventilation is very, very essential. If you feel stressful, the best way is to bring out yourself outside. And then, like it says that a problem shared is a problem half solved. So we need to have people around us with whom you can vent out yourself, with whom you can feel free to express anything which can be related with your organization or maybe with your personal life. The more you share things, you become very, very light. For example, if you go to a doctor and the doctor says, okay, what is the problem? And for another 5 minutes, you're talking to the doctor. Doctor, I'm having pain here. This is there. I'm feeling like this and this and this and that. You will feel that after 5 minutes, half of your pain is already gone because the doctor is giving you a very, very patient ear. So that means you have given whatever was inside your body, you have actually vented out. Same is the case with our human beings also. We need to vent out ourselves to feel lighter. Again, it talks about the calendar or maybe organizing a work area, one touch policy, maybe we don't have to waste time on different activity. We do not have to waste time on gossiping. But again, you need to give some time to yourself, to your friends, to vent out yourself. But it is not that, okay, when an 8-hour job, for 6 hours you're gossiping and for 2 hours you're working. No, it should not be like that. It should be that, okay, for 8 hours, if you have to work and maybe another half an hour, maybe during lunch break, you're talking and you're gossiping or you're venting out yourself, that is perfectly fine. So we do not have to do that. And then of course we need to have a proper network of our family, our friends online. So these are the ways by which you can utilize your time. You can feel de-stress yourself, and then you can play with kids, you can play with pets, and then you can express your feelings with people. And once you can feel, when you can express your feeling with people, it will help you to come out of these stressful conditions. And once you are out of these stressful conditions, I'm sure your time will be well managed. So where has the time all gone? I don't know. So here that I have also tried my best to finish well on time. And so it says that one of the most important skill for successful time management is that dealing with time wasters. So you don't have to waste time. You need to sprung up to action, get your prioritized thing, and don't procrastinate. So I do not have the time to do the activity. Maybe next time when we can do this. I had planned a small activity where I would have taken you to a situation where, we would have talked about things. So I'm going to skip this small activity as of now. So it says that there can be some activity quadrants. So what is important, what is not important. So there are different things that help us, that, interruption, some meeting, action, peer pressure. So trivial activities. So these are the things which help us that, okay, which are the things which have to be prioritized again. So it all depends upon our skills. Our skills are going to tell us that which are the things which have to be prioritized. We don't have to feel out burnout, stressed, or maybe like this. We have to focus, we have to prioritize the thing. So there are different four quadrants that were mentioned. So it talks about that we have to have a balanced way, proper discipline has to be maintained, so on and so forth. Sometimes you need to say no also. If you have time, you can help people to overcome the problem, or you can help your struggling colleagues to overcome with the problem. And if you do not have time, decline the project very politely, or you just say, I don't have time to do it. So initially also I told you that we need to have the habit of saying no, because every time if you say yes, so people will keep on giving you more. My dear friends, I'll tell you something very interesting. No, it says that, the reward of good work is what? The reward. Can you all hear me? Just 2 minutes more. Hello?
Yes, madam. Yes.
All right. Okay. So just try to complete this
Yes, ma'am.
sentence. Okay. The reward of good work is what? Bataiye. The reward of good work is what? Tell me
More work.
quickly. Yes, exactly. Wonderful. What is your name, sir? I cannot see your name right now.
Hanumant Jagtap.
All right, sir. Wonderful. Absolutely correct. The reward of good work is more work. So at times we need to learn to say no also. Don't let people take you for granted. So that is like it says that again, we do not have to overcome it. We have to prioritize the things. We have to be quite flexible enough. We have to control our mood, body, and behavior. And of course, it says that if we are able to do that, we will get out the best. And we have to write out the things, what is more important, what is not more important. And again, not to procrastinate. We have to schedule our tasks that have to be completed well on time. And again, if we are under stressful condition, we will not able to complete it. And it says that the biggest mistake people can make is try to use each second fully, which is not possible. So what is more important is, don't try to achieve every goal you want to achieve. Achieve only the goals you need, and stay focused on the important things in life. So you don't have to commit that kind of mistake. And it says that you have to be provide yourself responsibility and avenues. It is only possible when you are not under stressful condition and you're making the best use of the time. So it says that once you are able to have a proper time management, you are more productive, you are reducing stress, your self-esteem is high, you can achieve balance, and of course you become a multitasker, and of course you establish an important skill of controlling the situation under you, and ultimately you are able to reach your goals also. So it says that parting advice: we are all overloaded, too much to do and too little time to do it. So it's like good time management is necessary for surviving, excellent time management is necessary for thriving. So it all depends upon you, my dear friends. Do you want to just strive or thrive? So either you can have some good time management, or you can have some excellent time management. The ball is all in your court. So here it says that prepare, cope, and recover. If you waste your time, you waste your life. If you value and are stingy with your time, investing every second wisely, you are getting the most of life. So manage time, exploit technology, and get the best use of it. So here it's a parting this, make excellence a habit. As every time I tell people that how far you can go, it all depends upon you. That is how you well manage your time and how you are well controlling your stress after controlling your mood, body, and behavior. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. These are my books. I'm basically from HR, and it says that decide to be on the top of the situation rather than be the part of the mess. So it is already, the ball is on your court. So wishing you all the best to everyone. Thank you and a big welcome to the new stress-free environment. Be excellent, safe, and healthy. Thank you so much.